Alright, so we have most of our scripting done. We have the snake moving, we have the collision functionality, we have the food being randomly placed in the canvas when it collides. So now what we need to do is a very important function, and that's to add keyboard controller. Alright, so basically we're going to use the up, down, right, and left arrow keys to maneuver this snake. Okay, so let's go back into our script.js file, and we want to go under the check collision code, and we're going to create a keyboard controller. Alright, so basically we're going to use jQuery here. Alright, so we're going to say document dot key down. Alright, so basically whenever we tap a key, we want to run this anonymous function. Okay, and this function is going to take an event parameter, so we'll call it E, and we're going to create a variable called key and set that equal to E dot which. Basically this E dot which is for key and mouse events, and it indicates the specific key or specific button that was pressed. Okay, so that's what we'll use to figure out which key the user is pressing. Now each key, when you press a key, it has a certain key code. Alright, so it has a number that is attached to it. Alright, so for example, the left arrow key, its code is number 37. Alright, so let's go ahead and it's simple logic. We're going to see which key the user presses, and then we're going to set the direction variable to either up, down, right, or left. Alright, so let's say if we're going to say if key is equal to 37. Alright, so 37 is the left arrow key. And we're also going to throw in an and we're going to say direction and direction is not equal to right. Alright, and then basically we're just going to declare D to equal left. Okay, so by default, if we go back up here, you can see that the direction default is right. Okay, and that's what's making the snake go to the right here. Alright, so let's go back down here. So now under here, we're just going to add some else if statements. Alright, so we're going to say else if the key variable is equal to 38 and D is not equal to down, then D is going to equal up. Alright, so 38 is the code for the up arrow. And I'm just going to copy this. Alright, so 38 and then 39. 39 we're going to say as long as D is not equal to left, then it's going to be equal to right. Alright, and then finally we have 40, and as long as it's not equal to up, then D will be equal to down. Alright, so let's test the keyboard controller. If we reload, alright, so down, right, up, left. Alright, so that's working good. Okay, so it eats the food. Alright, so it's getting longer as it eats the food, so it looks good. Alright, so I will let it end. Okay. Alright, now something's going on here, and I think I know what it is. We were navigating around, and we were going left when we hit this wall, and the game restarted, and it seems to still be going left. Alright, so we need to declare it as right in our init function. Okay, so init, let's say D. We're going to set D to right. Alright, so we'll try this again. Okay, so we're going to hit the left wall, and there we go. It's going right when we start the game. Alright, so we're pretty much there except for the scores. Okay, so we got to implement the scoring system. So let's go back to our script. Not only the scoring, but we want when we lose, when we hit the edge, we want that overlay to pop up, and we want the game to stop. We don't want to just keep restarting it. So to stop it from restarting, we want to go to our collision code. Okay, so right here, and let's just let's comment the init out. Okay, so now if we reload and we hit the edge, it just stops. Okay, so that's what we want. And let me just get rid of this. That's the finished one. Alright. Now let's see if we can actually just alert the score when we crash. So this is the score variable. Okay, let's reload. Crash 0. Alright, so let's get 1 and make sure that it says 1. Oh, alright, so that's not good. The snake shouldn't, it should hit the bottom and stop, but it just keeps going. Let's try the right. Alright, so we're good on the top, left, and right, but the bottom, something's going on with the bottom. Alright, so I think this has to do with the dimensions of the canvas. Alright, this 600 and 400. I'm going to actually move this, change this to 450. And it just has to do with the yeah, alright, so that works. Alright, so what we want to do now is go to the collision code, and instead of alerting, what we want to do is insert the score into the final score div, which is this span tag. Okay, so yeah, so we can do that. Insert final score, and we'll use jQuery. We'll get that final score div or span, and we can insert the score in there using the HTML method. So score, and we also, right now how it is, the overlay div, this overlay div is hidden with our CSS, so we just want to show that, and we can do that easily. Okay, so we'll grab it with jQuery, overlay, and let's have it fade in instead of just popping up. So we'll say fade in, okay, and the speed we'll say 300. Alright, so let's check that out. What looks like something's going on with the background. Oh, alright, never mind. Okay, so let's just grab this piece of food and then we'll end the game. Alright, so your final score is 1. Click to play again. Okay, so the click to play again, all that does is it sets off the init function, okay, the initializer. So this is all good. What we need to do now is we need to make it so our score shows up in here, and so it updates as we eat the food, and then this will be the high score block. Alright, so to display the score, we want to go down here, and this function check score is basically to check the current score against the high score. Alright, so we don't want to put it in there, we just want to go below and display the current score. Okay, so this is easy. We already have our score variable which we can use. So basically we're just going to grab a div, and where is it?